So today's a special one. We're gonna be talking about Jacqueline. Jacqueline reached out to us to capture her 50th birthday portraits. And when I tell you this woman looks good, she looks good. So when I'm 50, I hope I look like her. So she reached out to us to have her portraits captured with her daughters. Autumn is a teacher who has a love for acting, and Cameron is a soon-to-be lawyer. They reached out to us to capture feminine strength. We talked about the different ways that we would be able to symbolize this or to show this in the portraits, and we settled on mountains. We created mountains out of polystyrene, and I love what we did because we really helped to exemplify just how strong, how beautiful, how courageous these women are. What I want to first talk to you guys about is how we created the mountains. So just quickly, what we did was use polystyrene. I'll be honest, the first time we did this, we didn't plan on using polystyrene. The first plan was to use seamless paper. So we, of course, had the same plan of using a black backdrop. So we planned to use a black backdrop and place white seamless paper in the shape of mountains on the backdrop. And this is something that I had done before and succeeded at. It looked great, but for this project, it didn't quite work out. So we switched gears and decided to go the route of polystyrene. What we used was a heat gun to create these shapes. And I cut the polystyrene on an angle. We used different sizes, different shapes, and we varied the distances from, of course, the front of the backdrop to create some more visual interest. When it comes to styling, we had Jacqueline wear a beautiful gown that was created for our studio by J. Wright Collection. That gown was a gold sequin gown, and what I loved was the color of her hair helped to echo the color of the gown. So that just looked so beautiful on her. Her daughters wore white, and they were meant to flank her in a lot of the images when it comes to the posing that we had planned. So while they wore white, we made sure that the fabric had a slightly reflective texture. So because the dresses had a little bit of sheen to them, they didn't look flat next to their mom. So while they didn't wear the same color, so that we would have that contrast, the fabric that they wore also reflected that shimmer when the light hit. So their three gowns, the way that they were dressed, the placement in front of the mountains, and with that black backdrop, everything just contrasted and balanced beautifully. So we're really excited with what we created for them. And in terms of lighting, I'm gonna talk to you about just how simple this lighting setup is. Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk to you about the lighting setup that we have for today. So first off, just about the set, because we have these mountain-like structures that we created, we wanted to make sure that the lighting wasn't too flat. So what we're doing is we're lighting from the sides, and then we're creating some of that bounce back with these reflectors. So camera left right now, I have a 60-inch Octa that is gridded. And then I have two strip banks on this side that are also gridded. One strip bank is slightly more behind the subjects, and then the other one is acting like a fill on the left side, but adding in a lot of light as well. So because we have the lights off onto the side, we're not getting a whole bunch of light bouncing off on the Mylar that's on the floor. So because of that, the floor is only reflecting the mountain-like structures, and we're going to have that fog. We have a low-laying fog machine that is going to add even more atmosphere to the shot. So I'm really excited about the way everything is gonna look. So these are the two reflectors that we have on the side. We have one flanking on either side of the set, just to bounce some light back onto their faces. So that's the setup. We're gonna see how everything looks, but so far our test shots look so good. I love the message that we were able to capture in these portraits for Jacqueline and her daughters. The message speaks so clearly of strength, of love, of unity, of courage, of vulnerability, right? Of togetherness. And I'm so excited that we were able to create these portraits for her, that these portraits are going to be passed down for years to come, and that we were able to collaborate and create something that truly meant something for her for forever. Hey, if you're watching this video and you're enjoying it, please take a moment to like and subscribe. That definitely helps us out. It helps us to make more video, more content for you, and it helps us understand what you like and what you may not want to see more of. So giving us this feedback will help us to produce better content for you in the future. So please, if you don't mind, like and subscribe.